Hey guys, this is Bill. Early on a Saturday morning, and I decided to come out when the moon was right overhead. I mean, right overhead. The telescope's not pointing directly up in the air, but it's pointing a lot higher than normal. And what you see is what appears to be a moon that is closer to the Earth. And what that means is everything's going to be magnified. I didn't put a Barlow on there or anything. This is a natural magnification of being closer to the Earth. Whenever you look at the moon and it is low in the horizon, the moon is as far away as it's going to get. And as the moon rises over your head, if it's exactly overhead, it's going to be super close. Well, what we have is we have a moon closer than I've ever seen it, at least in video. And we have a serious problem. I am no astronomer, but I have been taught and was under the impression that the moon didn't rotate and was as stable as the Rock of Ages, and it was always in the same place and everything else. I want you to look at something real close. I'm on clearly the left side of the moon, and that's our mushroom forest, guys. That's our mushroom forest. That was right up overhead, right up overhead last night. My telescope hasn't changed a bit. It appears that the moon has rotated by 45 degrees. Now my surmise is that either the Earth is rotating or the moon is rotating. I'm no expert, but that's the proof's in the pudding. Now, remember when Mike was here and we went south, we went south from the top past this crater right here. Remember the one that had the two craters on the edge and four in the middle? And Mike was trying to show me a crater he was pretty proud of, and I mean, eventually we saw it, and there it is. That crater and that crater were lined up to the top of the moon. Now they're pointing. They're off by 40 degrees, guys. Off by 40 degrees. Remember this crater? We said there was a double crater to the left. Well, the double crater's there, but the double crater is south now. See, there's a double crater. Something, I don't know what's going on. I kind of think whatever it is, the government doesn't want us to know it. Let's go back up to the top of the moon. The top of the moon that exists right now. And I want you to do some homework. I want you to get yourself an encyclopedia, and I want you to look at a picture of the moon. And the one thing I know on the moon, on the south side of the moon, there's supposed to be a hell of a lot of craters. All kind of pockmark of craters. Now we're working our way up to the top of the moon. But the moon is rotated, so the large number of craters that are on the top now are on the left side. Now, tell me that I'm screwy. I mean, I'm not the smartest bloke that came down the pike, but I tell you one thing. Uh, I don't know if you guys have been following Ellen and Nirabu, but everybody's saying when Nirabu came in or Ellen came in, it was causing the earthquakes and everything else, and it's a brown dwarf star, and it's let me settle down so you can see these lights. See all these little points of light? No, I'm not moving. That's just the atmospherics tonight, guys. And let me go to the edge so we can get something. When it's this bright, it's very difficult to get a good image. But if I do anything tonight, and all I can do is impress on you, is that the moon has rotated, and you can go and watch my video of last night and compare it with tonight, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that the Nirabu thing is real and everything? Well, the more I see and the more I hear, I'm kind of thinking that it is real and that the government's hiding it from us. I think Ellen's not real either. I think Ellen is a big front fakeroo. Okay, let's go south. Well, we're going to find out for sure one way or the other whether it's true or not. Okay, let me hold it right there. There's our train again. You just hold it right there. That's not me moving it, that's the atmospheric skies. And the wind's not blowing. Maybe it's rotating further, maybe it's agitated and it's Nirabu's coming in and it's causing the moon to shake and ring like a bell. Could be. Let me see if we can focus this in a better. Nope. Try I really don't know what to believe. All I can do is show you what I've discovered and let you draw your own conclusions. Almost. I'll leave it. It's hard to do it when it's moving like that. Okay, that's pretty good. There's our crater again. I just told you about, and up there was north. Clearly was north yesterday, and clearly something's wrong. And all I can do is report it. You scientists out there, you might tell me what the deal is. There are some people that are saying that Nirabu is going to be visible on the 11th of September as two suns, one our sun and one Nirabu, and that Ellen is just a big front, and just to hide everything from the masses. I want to show you something here. We're going to know soon enough. If it's all true, you're going to find out. Now look at this. There's a little crater there, but that straight thing, that's a pipe or a tunnel or something. It's not natural. This one here is clearly what what is left of a crater, but that thing is straighter than an arrow. I can't get over the fact that the moon has rotated, or the Earth is rotated. Remember when they had that big earthquake at Fukushima? It supposedly caused the Earth to slip off its axis and start to wobble. Maybe that's what we're seeing, a big wobble. I mean, that could very well be. Okay, I want to show you something here. Again, it's a bright moon. Everything's washed out. You can't see as much detail, but on the very edge here you can. We got this big crater with a high rim, and this spectacular ridgeline of craters. But I want you to look at this crater right here. That is it's like a hornet's nest. It's sticking way up in the air. So you can see, if you were a spaceman right there looking up, this would be real high, and this would be higher, and this would be highest. Like our mountains, except they're segmented. They're just really strange, guys. That's what they are. They're just really strange. Okay, I do have a little artifacting there. I'll turn the contrast a little bit down. I am still using that moon filter, and I think it's helping. Otherwise, it'd be really washed out. I think it's as focused as it's going to be, because the atmospherics are really. Maybe it's, if it's rotating up there, it really is agitated. You think about it. Okay, I want to show you something else. The show and tell. A show and tell. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. I called this a lake. Mike and I both called it a lake. It looked so smooth and flat, but now with the sun coming down, there's color in it, and I'm not trying to hide it. It's kind of washed up, but if I smooth it out, you won't see any of the color. It looks to me like a sheet of ice. It's not ice, I know that, but it appears that maybe it's actually crystal. Now I'm going to throw something at you that's really strange, but that's kind of what I'm just thinking. These lights look like they're under the crystal. It's kind of like, what I'm saying is that there might be a city underneath the crystal of this lake, and there might be aliens and fallen angels living down there. Might be a base camp. It just looks strange. I mean, it really looks strange. And I've seen some really close-ups of that area, and it gets stranger the closer you get. And those little lights, they're not just like craters. I mean, they're kind of like a little lamppost that twitch like a leaf, and then on the end's a little light. They're really weird, guys. I mean, that's a crater there. I'm talking these little things are not craters. They're like lights on the end of twigs or on the end of worms, hollow things. Just strange. Very, very strange. And you can tell from this video, even though it's wavy and that I am getting in closer, you can see more detail. See all this stuff here, this detail. I saw this yesterday, but I mean it wasn't as defined. Look at that thing. That kind of weird. Okay, let's continue our survey. My survey. I want to kind of work my way around the moon. It's basically going to be washed out, but I want to just kind of see what it looks like so I can show it to you. These look like hieroglyphics on a cave, an Indian cave. And isn't that beautiful? That is clearly a, when that, whatever, a meteor hit that, it's kind of like it landed in some mud and splayed the mud all over the place. Isn't that strange? And you didn't think there was color on the moon? What in the hell is that? I'll tell you what it looks like to me. I know it's not that, but it looks to me like an octopus resting on the bottom of the ocean next to a clam with his body and his tentacles coiled up. Those are clearly tunnels, and that's clearly a strange, a very strange thing. Let's just go north here, because you see all these are just, this is a beautiful area, especially when it's in color like this. You can see the very, very large crater, but the color comes out. If any of you are knowledgeable about astronomy and Earth rotation and things like that, I'm really bothered by the fact that the moon's, or we are flipping. Something's not right. Something's not right. I mean, I remember as a kid, you look up there at the man in the moon, and he's always just sitting there. He's always the same. He never changes. Now we're talking about the man in the moon flipping on his side. I mean, there's something not right, guys. Tell me I'm wrong, and it's all normal, and I'll feel better. But I think that something's up, and I think our government's not telling us the truth. We're keeping it all a secret. Now look at the difference in the colors. We've got this, then the gray, and then the, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Now see here, see where it's starting to get rugged? This was the top of the moon, but it's in an angle. The top of the moon now is down there. I mean, I'm not pulling your leg at all. This is, my camera hasn't, I mean, it's just showing you what's there. And I'm bothered by what I see because I don't think it should be that way. Maybe we're getting ready to do a pole flip. That's what some people are saying about all the, the stuff, you know. Hell, I don't know what to believe. I mean, I really don't. I believe my own eyes, and I can see that the moon's flipped, or the earth is flipped, or somebody's turned, and it disturbs me greatly. You'll note that the taskbar still comes up, and I haven't resolved my my problem. I was actually working on this computer all day. I was trying to. I think I saw a UFO up there, albeit a very brief uh, segue. I put the memory in without a hitch. Excuse me. Let's let it sit there so I can drink a swig of coffee. The the memory though was easy. The hard drive was not. I tried about 6 different programs to clone the disk. Not one of them worked. Not one. See, what they're doing is they're making these new computers with Windows built into them, and they usually on one hard drive, and they have 3 partitions, and one is hidden, and one is system, and one is user, and they put tricky things in there. And what I ended up doing is I ended up saving using the Toshiba recovery method. And basically, it got my system up the way it was whenever put my new hard drive in there, which is faster, bigger. Then I built the system up the way it was out of the factory, and then I basically just had to add things. Look at this. I contend those are craters there. Those are craters. But see those little dots? Those are not craters. Those are lights. Those are points of light that are on the surface, and I don't know what purpose they are. I think that they're at the end of tubes. It's a strange, strange place, guys. Let's continue our survey of the moon in the dark of the night. At least I've been able to, look at the moon every night if I wanted to. Most of the rest of the United States is covered in clouds. See, our problem down here in Texas, it's over 100 degrees, and we don't have any clouds. We don't have any rain. All we have is heat and clear skies. And on this back porch, the entire month of August, it was 116 degrees every day, on 2 thermometers. This afternoon, it was 100 degrees. In the meantime, you're up north. You're getting too much rain, getting too much cold, and I'm still in 100-degree weather down here. Now look, there's our ferret. Now look at the way he's pointed. 2 beady eyes in his nose. Two tapes ago, he was pointed this way. 45 degrees different, guys. 45 degrees different. The moon's rotated, A, or the earth has rotated, B, or It's caused by Earth wobble. Get ready for a pole flip, guys. Get ready for a pole flip. There are some who are saying that the Gog-Magog war is going to start toward the end of this month. The Feast of Trumpets, I believe, are going to be the start of the trumpet judgments. And there's some that are saying that there's going to be 3 days of darkness in the middle of all this, fulfilling a lot of prophecies in Revelation. If all that is true, I can guarantee you there's only one thing that's going to cause that, and that is Nearbu coming in. I mean, I hear a lot of rumors, a lot of things, and I really don't know what to believe. But I tell you one thing, I believe my eyeballs that the moon has rotated 45 degrees. And if you watch my videos consistently over the last couple of days, in your mind it should be as clear as a crystal bell. No doubt about it. Mike and I were fixated on the north part of the moon yesterday. And Mike had this crater he was pretty proud of that was just below the north part of the moon. And I went and I found it, and then we went down and we started exploring the moon together. Well, hey, guess what? The north part of the moon, that's the north part of the moon right now, see? But the north part of the moon that we were talking about is due west. It is flipped 45 degrees, guys. Chew on that one. That's a fact, Jack. It's kind of scary, guys. Better make sure you get right with your God, and if you're not a Christian, get down on your hands and knees and start believing, because you're going to be in a world of hurt if we actually go through all the stuff that people are talking about. And I don't wish it on anybody. Sure don't wish it on me. Like I say, I hear a lot of rumors. I don't know what to believe. But I tell you what, I believe that the north part of the moon is now off by 40 degrees. That was north, way up north. It is rotated 45 degrees. On two different videos. 2 days ago I was talking about the mushroom forest on the top of the moon. Yesterday I was talking about the mushroom forest on the top of the moon. Today I'm talking about the mushroom forest on the side. What's going on? Well, you chew on that one, and I think I'm going to drink a stout black coffee and think about this. It's very bothersome. In the meantime, clear skies, guys.